Hi everybody, this is Jen from Woollywonkas. Welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to first of all thank all of you, each and every one of you actually, for subscribing to my channel. I just can't even tell you how much it means to me, and I am so excited. I've reached almost 500 subscribers, and I've only been doing these videos for about 3 or 4 weeks, maybe a bit less. So I am really chuffed, and thank you very much. Please do continue to subscribe. I'm also going to be rolling out some live videos. Now my confidence has built up a bit. I've decided to branch out and have a go at live streaming. So it just gives me a chance to get to know you guys a bit more, and you know, maybe do some Q&As about crochet. If anybody needs help with techniques, I just think it would be a really cool thing to do. So please do keep an eye on those, and I will post when they will be coming up. So tonight I wanted to just do something a little bit different, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself, how I started to crochet, why I started to crochet, and really, you know, a bit about me and how my journey, my crochet journey began. So about 10 years ago, I suffered a head injury followed by a small stroke. And it was never something that in my wildest imagination that would happen to me. You know, like everything, you always think, well, it will never happen, but unfortunately it did, and it changed a lot of aspects of my life, both on a financial, emotional level. You know, so many things that it changed. I won't go into too much detail, but basically I had an accident whilst I was at work, and I fell, and yeah, it led to a head injury, and like I say, followed by a stroke. I was very fortunate compared to some people that my stroke wasn't huge. It was enough though to affect my life and to change me as a person and to change things for me. And it took a lot of adjusting. You know, it put me in a bad financial situation, and I guess really that's how I got into crochet. I had no interest in crochet before. I couldn't even sew a button on. I was absolutely useless at anything like that, and I mean useless. And then one day I just decided, right, I'm going to crochet. There was no real kind of big lead up to it or anything like that. I'd never shown any interest at all before in crocheting, and I taught myself on YouTube, watching videos. I'm not very good, I'm a more visual learner, so I'm not, you know, or wasn't at the time, very good at following written instructions or patterns, but YouTube seemed to be the way to go for me, and the best way personally for me. Some of the channels that I started out watching were Bella Coco. If any of you are from the UK, you'll be familiar with Bella Coco, I'm sure. Mikey from the Crochet Crowd. Hi Mikey, absolutely fantastic. Fibre Spider, the list goes on and on. But there are about 20 channels that I would say really helped me, and I will pop those below in the link for you. So yeah, I started to just mess around, you know, doing a chain and things like that. And even making a slip knot at the time was something that I really struggled with. My concentration back then, you know, this is going back 10 years, it wasn't brilliant. You know, my memory wasn't fantastic. So it really was a challenge for me, but I was determined. I was determined that I was going to grasp it, and eventually I did. And the first thing I think I made was a cover for a kind of a tea light as a gift, and I started making some hats, which we won't discuss because they were really disastrous. And then one day I was in my local Hobbycraft, which is a craft store over here in the UK. If you're in the States, you probably have Hobby Lobby and Joann's and places like that. But yeah, Hobbycraft is our store over here, and I was in there, and I had this little guy We just see him there. I won't name him, but I'm sure he's recognisable to most of you, or at least I hope he is. And he's a little keyring. And I had, not this exact one, but one identical on my keys. And I was asked by the manager if I would be prepared to do some crochet workshops in the store for customers. And I was completely blown away. I was like, oh, I don't know, because, you know, my confidence back then was at an all-time low. So I used to attend a brain injury group. I still do actually, but back then I had a support worker and a back to work team and all these kind of things. And I pitched to them what I would be delivering in this for my workshops. And I was really, really nervous, and I doubted myself so much about whether I could do this. But everybody was like, yeah, you know, you can do it. So off I went with my with my kit and my you know, my setup, and it was absolutely fantastic. My workshops were oversubscribed from the beginning, and I built up a really, really nice group of ladies, and a couple of guys, but mostly ladies. And even now I still have the same group of ladies that I do a group with, a weekly group. So I did that for a few months, and then an opening became available within the store for a part-time sales assistant. And I thought, I'm going to apply for this. You know, I know the store, I know the staff, I know most of the customers now. I'm only doing kind of vocational workshops, but why don't I apply? I never thought I'd get the position, but I was offered it, and I continued to do my workshops after work every single Wednesday, and they grew from strength to strength. I then decided to set up my small business, Woollywonkas, and it started with obviously doing my workshops in Hobbycraft and selling things at craft fairs, you know, online, on Etsy, things like that. Eventually I did leave Hobbycraft to start to expand more than anything, as I wanted to go into teaching crochet, so that's what I did. And I now work in a museum, which I absolutely love, and they are kind enough to let me use their space to run my private workshops. So I run those on a book per person basis, and then I do my weekly crochet groups as well as that. So that keeps me very busy. But I wanted to just share this with you, really, because I think from a personal perspective, crochet has been so rewarding for me. And you know, I do get very anxious at times, and I put this down to my head injury, because I am a different person now to what I was prior to my head injury. And also from a mental health perspective, I think that, well, any crafts actually, but in my case crochet, is so rewarding. I know for myself, when I'm having a bad day or when I'm struggling, I can pick up my crochet, and it really, really helps to calm me down. It helps to kind of even things out for me. And, you know, whether I'm just sat making something for personal use or whether I'm working on an order, it's just so rewarding. And that's one of the reasons I do these videos. It's a way of giving back and a way of saying thank you to the people out there that have done tutorials, that have enabled me to learn to crochet 10 years ago when I started. So yeah, that's it really. So, you know, if you are thinking of crocheting, or if you've just started, and, you know, even if you've just started and you're really struggling to grasp certain stitches or things like that, just please don't give up, because, you know, the persistence pays off. And once you can crochet, you know, or knit or anything like that, really, the world's your oyster. You know, it opens up a whole new kind of box of opportunities. It really, really does. And yeah, that's it really. It probably sounds a little bit corny and a bit sad, but I just wanted to share that with you. You know, it can take one thing, like an accident, or in some people's case an illness, or any life event really, to make you reevaluate things and to find something that you really, really enjoy. And that's what happened in this case. So yeah, so bear with me in my future videos. I hope I haven't repeated myself too much. I do struggle a bit with that, but I do try not to. And like I said earlier, I am going to be doing some live streams well, I probably really will repeat myself, so you'll have to comment below with Jen, you just said that 6 times. But yeah, just, you know, bear with me please, and thank you all guys, you're absolutely amazing, and please do subscribe to my channel, and also to press the little bell notification, because that will mean that you will see future videos of mine come up. So thanks guys, and see you all again soon. Bye bye.